Okay, everybody. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is your old buddy Wade Squatch Man. I am down here at a new park that I've never really videotaped before. And there's a children's playground. There's a baseball field. But I was told this morning, I was at Food Line, and somebody said to come back down here. Their family saw something looking at them at the edge of the woods. They described it, they were very, very serious. They described it as looking like an orangutan. So I'm gonna make a few videos down here. It's Sunday. I believe it's November 2nd. Look at that branch laid on there. So it's really pretty crazy down here. So gonna go down here and check out what I can find. It's always good to go new places and videotape. But I came over here. My car's way over behind me, but look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I'm talking definitely squatchy, big old being pushing trees over. But I'm gonna go to where they described where to go look. That something was looking out from the woods at them when they were down here on the baseball field. So I'm gonna find out what's going on. I don't know how many videos we're gonna make. One thing's for sure, that tree there was not from there. It was brought here. That tree looks like it weighs a good couple 100 pounds. So, but look at this stuff. So we're gonna walk the edge after I finish videotaping back in here. That there was definitely pushed over there, but look at that. I think today is November 2nd. So tomorrow, November 3rd, and then Tuesday, November 4th would have been my dad's birthday. I don't remember how old he was. He was 72 when he passed away, but I'm probably gonna have to go down to the cemetery and see what's going on. But man, there is so much stuff going on back in here. Look at that. Absolutely amazing. I'm looking around at squash trees, anything. Look at that big old tree being pushed over right there. There's a root ball. We're gonna have to walk around, look at the root ball. So there's the root ball right there. So pretty awesome. A lot of stuff has been rearranged. I believe I see something looking at me. Right there in the middle, right in the middle. All up in there. So I'm not gonna stay here, but I'm watching it as I'm walking. But stuff's been placed around. Whoa, I'm telling you, something is in there. And then look at this. All rearranged. Everything has been put into place by some big hands. New park. So, whoa, whoa. Thought I heard a whistle. It's Sunday, about 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I figured I'd come down here. Man, I'm telling you, so much stuff. So much stuff, so much evidence of things pushing things and rearranging things. It looks like there's a big old arch over there. Right there. Right there. See how it goes? And then it turned down right there. Whoa. So, whoop. So I'm going to work my way around to where this was a family I'd never seen before. They knew who I was. A lot of people in St. Mary's County, Southern Maryland, who Wade Squash Man is. I guess I got a reputation. Whoa, I thought I heard a response. Whoop. So, I'm going to stay back in here. Whoa, holy crap. Let's work our way around over there. I don't know how many videos I'm going to make today, but if I don't finish, I'll come back. During the week, nobody's here. Whoa, look at this. Look at this. All maneuvered in there. All put in there. Laid in there. Look at that. You can tell. Look at that. Man. Holy crap. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You don't know how big that is. Let me put my hand on it to show you. Okay, there's my hand. Look how big that is. Holy mackerel. Ooh, there's that arch over there. And it's got something leaning on it. Look at that. Whoa, man, there's down here. Whew. Now you all know, and now you're starting to understand, and now you're getting it. Why I do what I do. Why I have been squatching for over 20 some years. Why I've been making videos for over almost 10 years. Well, okay, I can't go back in there. It's private property. See the sign? Right there. So I'll stay out of there. Man, you just wonder when somebody owns property, do they realize what's walking around at night? But then again, if they saw something, it would change their lives. It would change mine. There's a big old sign down there. I can't go back in there, so. But it looks like I can get close to it, but I'm not gonna go near it. But we're getting ready to have to go to part 2. But right there, big old sign says people will be prosecuted, and I don't feel like being prosecuted for doing something I like to do. So we're gonna go ahead and walk out of here, walk around the edge. I'm headed to where them people pointed out. They told me where to go. Said they saw something that looked like an orangutan. It was tan in color, big. I was watching them when they were at the playground, which is over there. They saw it. They freaked out. All it was doing was watching them, but they freaked out. And guess what? Snap, crackle, pop. Right there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is your old buddy Wade Squash Man. Keep on squatching, keep on rocking in the free world. Look at this. Look at that. All right, I'll talk to you on the next one. Absolutely amazing. We're going to part 2. We're out.